This is Hollywood superstar Hugh Jackman. Welcome to Series 4 of the Dad Tales podcast. These two are the real greatest showmen. Sit back and enjoy.
I'm going to definitely cut this bit out.
So the question is...
We don't ever find the answer out. But that's like being in between like your mum and your dad.
Hang on for a second. We've had that one. What are you talking about? So what was the age? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I got a bit wrong there, didn't I? I thought
Yeah.
I was recording, we weren't recording.
What are you doing?
That was golden as well.
I know.
That minute and a half was absolutely golden.
Yeah.
I'm just going to move this a little bit, just so I can see you.
Please don't.
There you go, I can see you now.
I tell you what, I've noticed I'm getting like a bit of a boozy nose.
What do you mean a booze?
Like a bit of red bulbous nose.
What, it goes red because you drink a lot?
Yeah.
I was doing that at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, starts where makeup's meant.
Can you tell me nose is right? Like
I
right?
can't know he pointed it out, yeah.
Oh, I didn't say no. Bastard.
It's like, can you see this? Can you see this on me head? Happy Dad Tales Day.
Happy Dad Tales Day, my friend.
It's all right.
I was hoping you're going to pay me a compliment and say no. But no, you don't, do you?
No. This is going to be a pre-record. This will drop out at some point.
In the near future.
So do a...
Coming to your ears from...
Should we timestamp it? Anything particular going on at the moment?
United got knocked out of FA Cup last night. Hey!
One big thing that probably people might not have seen that, but surely people have seen
Trump and
Trump and
Zelensky.
So, when has that ever been a thing that they've had that on telly?
I was like, who's press record here? Because they weren't shooting. Like, how was it a thing? Yeah, like if they were watching it. And the fact that guy went, why don't you wear a suit? Who gives a fuck about wearing a suit? Is that your biggest problem right now, that you haven't got a suit on?
Yeah, there's potentially a war gonna erupt.
Yeah. The best is when Trump was like, you're playing with World War III. I was like, oh my God, is this real?
Yes.
We're actually going to have a war here? I must thought people were threatening that. He's like, you're playing with World War III.
It was dick swinging, wasn't it? At his finest. Trump is the biggest dick swinger ever.
Yeah.
He's always going, well, I'm more powerful than you.
He hasn't said thank you yet. He's like, I have. I'm really thankful. Yeah, I didn't heard you say it yet. Thank you.
But then the other one was that video you sent me of Trump and
Starmer.
That was as awkward as anything. Who's filming this stuff?
Yeah.
At what point do they go, yeah, I think this is great to go on TV?
Did I send you the one where...
it was the joke one.
Yeah, the joke one. But did you see the other one where there was like, we have freedom of speech. So there was having a dig at Starmer saying that England ain't got freedom of speech anymore. So like we're a non-freedom of speech state. And he was like, we've had freedom of speech forever. And then what I was watching then cut away, and it was like, man arrested for putting a social media post on, man prisoned for 12 months for disagreeing with some sort of thing. And he's like, that ain't freedom of speech, mate. That is not. And I get there's a fine line between, if someone's being racist, then yeah, stop being a dickhead. But someone's got a different opinion to yours, you don't get in prison for that. Do you know what I mean?
Like, you get cancelled in this country.
Yeah.
Look what happened to Gary Lineker. He has Twitter for a reason, to express his own feelings. If they don't suit your employer, which they didn't, but it's exactly right, isn't it? The funny thing about that was it obviously got a letter from the king. Is
that what it was? I didn't know where the letter had come from, because all the bits I'd seen, it was like he was already giving me it, and he's like, should I read it now? And he's like, yeah, because then I can tell him what you say. But then he didn't read it out loud.
He didn't.
And then he went, what did he say?
He didn't read it out loud at all. He just, I was going, well, what's the fucking point?
Wait, what do you want to do? Go, oh my God.
So it's like an in-joke.
Get him on the phone. I want to speak to him.
Yeah.
But if you want to tell him this thing, right? I've been funny. But surely the king can pick up the phone and go, can I speak to the president?
Yeah. It's just weird.
Write you a letter.
He said, oh yeah, if you read it now. And then he showed, I'll tell you what it was, he had a signature on it. He'd signed it, and so he showed the camera the signature. Going, oh, look at that, it's a lovely handwriting. He's a really nice man. Oh, a lot of shit.
I don't get what's going on at the moment in the world.
I don't know either. So we've date stamped it. So that's happened this week.
Was that this week?
It's Pancake Day tomorrow.
Oh, yes. I love Pancake Day.
But this leaves...
Jesus rises on Sunday.
like your pancakes. Which leads us very nicely into this week's
Your
topic.
pancake fries with the Yorkshire pudding, is that right?
Yorkshire puddings, aren't there? This leads us into our topic this week. Things that used to be good that aren't good anymore.
Pancakes.
Pancake day.
When I was a kid, pancakes were amazing. So when I was a kid, right, and I ain't done this since I've been an adult, but we used to have like different sets of pancakes. So we had like mains. So we had pancakes with meat in.
Oh, that sounds grim.
It's Yorkshire pudding, you dickhead.
I know, but everybody says this, but I would not have a Yorkshire pudding with jam on it.
I do it with treacle. We're cool.
I have my pancakes used to be like orange juice and like sugar, or I really like cherries.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's
It's
rose, yeah.
sweet. And it started because we used to go out for tea. Do you remember Happy Eater?
No.
You don't remember Happy? It was like a little chef,
All right, okay.
but it was called Happy Eater, and there was only on A63 where that sex shop is now. That used
You
to,
walk past and go, I used to like going in there.
that used to be Happy Eater.
Still like going in now. Still happy.
Now people are still happy eating there. And I used to get pancakes with like cherries and ice cream for pudding.
Mm.
So I would never like go, oh, I'll have meat on my pancakes. I completely get what you're saying.
We used to have, like I say, we used to have savoury pancakes. Like a mince and onion one, and then there was like, I want to say like a
It's like polos.
imagine, and then like a chicken one. So you like, which do you want on it? I'll have a bit of that one, please, Mum. And she'd put them in and like fold them in half, and then for like pudding, you had one with like ice cream or jam on it, or
Yeah, and
chocolate,
weirdly, because
banana.
I've made I've made Yorkshire puddings as well that haven't risen, that have just turned out flat, just a flat pancake.
Yeah.
But I would never think, if I've done it in a pan, oh, I'm going to stick a sausage in this because it gets too hot.
That's turning up.
Burns my balls.
But yeah, so I don't
Pancake
mind
day,
it.
not as good as it used to be.
But pancakes in England are crap compared to pancakes in America.
Ooh, I like my thin pancakes.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I don't dislike them, but those pancakes, they must be made different to ours. Like the ingredients must be different. Their pancakes, by hell.
They're like bubbly inside, a bit like a crumpet inside.
Yeah, they're like they are actually like more crumpet. They're thick like a crumpet.
Yeah. Whereas I just like mine thin.
Mm.
But will I have pancakes tomorrow? I don't know.
I am.
You
I can't wait. I'm excited now. So it's pancake day tomorrow.
You're allowed to have them
Savoury and sweet. I'm off all out, mate.
all in one.
Yeah.
What else is not as good now as it used to be?
Parks. So when I
go and play on parks.
Yeah, well, I liked it. When I was a kid, so our local park, right, we had a sand pit with a climbing frame in it. That was fucking massive. Now, I'm little, it might have felt like massive, but it fucking was. It was huge. Then we had this big, massive tractor that you could play on, big metal, massive tractor. It was a tetanus nightmare. It was made of like rusty old steel on it. Yeah. Then there was like the rocking horse thing where you could get like 4 on each side and you could proper go nuts on it.
You have to shack. Do you remember that donut thing? Yeah, that climb for where you went up the ladders.
Yeah, the spaceship. I was
Yeah,
going to get to that. The
yeah,
spaceship,
sorry.
the connected spaceship.
Yeah.
That was absolutely amazing.
Shit parks. They were pretty shit, weren't they? You remember one that used to be on Riverbank?
Yeah, but
Shit parks, but they were
they're
good.
good compared to
Yeah.
now a park. So like you go to West Park now, and they've got things there, but they're all a bit shit. Like all the metal things like the climb up and stuff, and like it's like Fireman's Pole and stuff like. We had one of them, but they're a bit shit now. Do you know what I mean?
Strippers pole.
The only thing that they have now that we never had, that I wish we had, was the zip line thing.
Oh yeah.
That we didn't have that.
That would have been a game changer.
And that was good. I hasn't gone off that top bit knowing that, as you know. Imagine falling.
One side.
My mate once fell from like the top of the climbing frame.
that-
The big, it was like a
that
square
square,
steel.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
a square steel, and it had like, I want to say it had like 10, 11 bars up. So you're like 10, 11, like full me climb up 10, 11
Yeah, it
times.
was like metre squared.
Oh
wasn't
yeah, it fell. It fell. Hit the sand, and we all was like, "Is he dead?" He got up, went back up. He was like, "Wow."
Falling through the middle though, because you'd have hit everything.
Yeah, yeah. He fell off outside. He literally fell off outside, and he just hit the sand. And we was all looking. It was like,
That was nice knowing him.
but he just got up, went back up it, and was like, "Wow."
Yeah. Don't make them like they used to.
Yeah. But there was smells there. But I was trying to wrap my brains what the other one was.
It was a big slide.
That's what it was. The big.
It was massive.
Yeah, again, better than slides after this. There was no
47 steps to get to the top.
I knew there was something else, and it was always like pissy water at the bottom of it.
Slides as well in them days used to go some, didn't they?
Oh, and there was either red hot. You remember when like used to go
Yeah.
in summer, you top and right up, and you get off in like 3rd-degree burns on my back. Like, oh, look at that.
Oh, that was way better. Cereals. There's a lot more choice on cereals now, but my point being, you don't get the toys in them anymore. Do you remember? You must remember when you was growing up
with spokes
with
and
your
your
brother
wheel.
and your sister going, I need to get... And you couldn't get your hand in them, that was cheating. You had to wait to have a ball.
Oh, is that how you guys played it?
Yeah.
See, I was technically an only child. I wasn't, but I was. Because my brother and sister were a lot more grown up. So I could.
Spooky dokies.
Yeah. So the girl who down the street to me had spokes. And I used to play with this girl. And it conspired. She was like 30 and I didn't realise.
Did she take you fishing?
But
She was 30.
well, so she had a learning difficulty, but I didn't realise. So I thought she was my age. So like we'd like play up and down on bikes all day long. She had a bike with with all the spokes, really cool. I was like, oh, your bike's
She must
amazing.
have had a lot of cereals.
She was 30. She's been collecting 15 years. I had a pack of 6. She's got and so like I had mine set up with all spokes and stuff on it, and then it wasn't until like about I don't know. I remember it when I'm like, yeah, the little girl who I play with, and my mum's like, little girl, it's not a little girl.
She's not. She's at work.
we was talking. I said, yeah, she lives up such and such. She went, she's not a little girl. She's 30. I was like,
She's married. She's got 4 kids.
oh god, funny.
On a similar sort of thing, Happy Meals.
Oh, I got that one.
I've
I've got that one. It's like the Happy Meal toys was amazing back in the day. Because we've got all environmental friendly, no plastics, nice, sustainable and stuff like that. The garbage now, the
toy
toys.
or a book.
Oh, fuck on a book.
A book.
I've gone to McDonald's and fucking think, oh yeah. We should get some right toys.
Also, it was every week you got one. So it might be one week you'd have something, the next week was something else. So you had to, it kind of coaxed you back in.
Every week.
You could go back to back days and you could get 2 or 3 different toys now, where they didn't before.
Well, I remember when 101 Dalmatians were on. So I'm probably about 12, 13, somewhere around there.
How old will that woman have been, your friend?
42. We're both in McDonald's queue together.
On the fun bus.
I went on the pie on the fun bus.
Was she driving bus?
It didn't move, that fun bus. That was fucking brilliant, that fun bus. I had a pie on there, brilliant. Anyway, 101 Dalmatians.
Why is this first I've ever heard of this woman?
I thought, because you mentioned cereal thing, it just reminded me of it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, those were Dalmatians. I remember there was like you could get like it was like they had 101 toys, McDonald's toys, but like they were the same one, but they're different colours. So like say there was one like in a, do you know, like Indiana Jones? You know when they go in the carriage things that go on the lines.
Yeah.
You get that, but you get like the same dog was in the same thing, but you get like had a blue carriage, a red carriage, and a green carriage.
Oh.
But they had like 101 toys to collect. I wasn't far off getting the lot. I'm telling you right now.
That's a lot of
I was not far off the lot of getting them. But yeah, happy days. What else you got?
Simpsons.
Oh yeah, it was better in day. It was better. But I think a lot about all cows. You watched Scooby Doo recently?
No.
So
And like Fireman Sam's changed as well, hasn't it now?
yeah.
It's not as good, is it, anymore? It's where before it was almost like models, weren't it? Now it's like a cartoon, and he's got like Postman Pat's got an helicopter and everything.
Postman Pat's got his own chuffing specialist
family
service
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rounded bastard.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what, if we're going to date stamp this, you seen Peppa Pig's mum's pregnant. Mummy Pig's having a baby. How is it that Daddy Pig's getting more than half? The fucking cartoon.
So has Pepper and George grown up a little bit? They got a bit older.
I don't think so.
Because George is a tough household with a little baby, and
Yeah.
Peppa Pig can be another brother sister.
Yeah. I don't know how that will work, but yeah.
Watch you come out as a rabbit. Questions to be asked. Oh dear.
It would be big questions to be asked, wouldn't it?
Do you know what else was better in the day?
Yeah.
Phones. Now, hear me out. I get a phone now, does everything. It's a one-stop shop, if that makes sense, for everything. It's got a camera on, things like that. But I thought the phone was better when it used to do what I needed to do. Make a phone call and possibly send a message.
Can you imagine going back to that now? Like if everybody went back to it.
I'd love that. Because, as well, my social media time was I had to set time away to go onto the MSN. The MSN. So I went on MSN because I had to literally turn the computer on, fire it up. Sometimes I go, I can't be asked for this and go do something else. Yeah. Whereas now it's like, bing, 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 and I'm on it.
MSN's the multiple sex network, isn't it?
Multiple sex network?
Yeah. Is that what you used to sign into?
What? Messenger? MSN Messenger?
Multiple sex network.
Is that what it was?
I thought that's what you signed up for. Is that something different?
Yeah, you talk to your friends on it.
Yeah.
And then you put ASL, age, sex, location. I remember that. And then that's when the whole acronym started, you know, like the...
Laziness.
Yeah.
Just type age, sex, location. Where you from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, but like I say, so they were better days. The phones were better for me.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. And you could argue like things like your banking and stuff's all on your phone, your shopping's all on your phone.
Which I get, it's a great convenience.
Killed the high street.
I did that kill the high street.
No, supermarkets killed the high street.
I'm going to say convenience. Amazon, online killed it. They could get things at a drop of an but not the phone. But I do think things were better in the day.
Yeah.
For phones and stuff.
I agree. My next one is celebrities.
Celebrities were better in the day.
I mean, I'm not going too far back.
that time capsule, I see that meme, that time capsule he pulls out, it's like, two little boys, yeah, can't do that anymore. Was it? Oh, golly, Gary Glitter, oh, no.
What I mean by it is that celebrities used to be a celebrity because they'd done something, they'd achieved something, or there was their... Celebrities now are... I've been on YouTube, so
I know what you mean. What we give people fame for now is very easier. It's more achievable now. I could be famous tomorrow. I couldn't because I wouldn't. Well, no, that wouldn't. But
we've been on the telly. Does that make us famous? Does that make us celebrities?
No.
Sorry, mate.
Sorry to say this, but no. If we have an A to Z of celebrity list, we're not even Z.
Just out of interest, do you put that on your CV?
No.
I do.
Do you really? Yeah. I've been on telly.
Yeah.
No. Do you know what? I'm bad at publicising myself. I don't even tell people I do this podcast. I don't tell people I know you. I mean, I'm really bad for...
That's for a different reason.
Yeah. I'm really bad for selling myself. Like, do you know, if people know it and want to talk about it, I will engage. And I'll tell it. Do you know, I could be with someone and they'll go, hey, he's been on telly, him. And I'll be like, and I'll have to talk about it. But you won't get me in first instance. Someone mentioning telly, you won't get me going, I was on Seth Pat Lodge. I wouldn't do that.
I'm saying, because when you talk to people and people go, listen to a podcast.
Yeah.
I go out for a walk, listen to a podcast. I don't go, hey, listen to this one.
No, because to the point, I was talking about it on a podcast the other day and I said, do you listen to podcasts? I said, yeah. And I said, this is a really good one. Didn't mention ours whatsoever. And then they came full circle and was like, do you still doing yours? And I was like, yeah. That was it. Yeah. I didn't say it. It's on a Thursday. We're about 300 episodes in. I just went,
exactly. 4 seasons in.
Yeah.
Nearly 5.
If you want to find it, you might stumble across it naturally.
It's there somewhere, isn't it? What else got?
Yeah. Crisps. Crisps were better back in the day. And why I say crisps were better is I'm really confused now with how crisp sizage works. So, like, it's about a bag of crisps. And I thought it was quite a big bag of crisps back in the day. Like a Walker's bag.
This isn't like the park thing, is it, where you're small?
No. I genuinely think my bag of crisps, and then all of a sudden crisps started getting smaller. Like the packets started getting smaller, but the price wasn't changed too much. And all of a sudden, price went up and bag went massive. So like every bag now, so I went to get a meal the other day, and I don't know why, but I wanted a normal sized bag of crisps. And it was like share bag. And I was like,
they're not share bags. Who's sharing a bag?
No, but I'm like, where's the normal bag of crisps now? So get rid of the share bit and just put bag of crisps.
And this is very boring, but I think it's to do with the sugar tax in it. So they're going to get taxed, so they might as well make it bigger because they can put more money on it.
Oh, so they're saying share because then they're saying that's for 2 people. Oh, no, I still don't understand. They get less tax because we were meant to.
It's probably how, I don't know the ins and outs, but I think it might be something to do with that.
But for me, a share bag is the big bag. Do you know the big, like Sensations bag?
Big
Doritos bag.
That's a
share bag.
That's right.
Don't say share on it, does it?
Does it?
Do you know what I mean? But the littler bag, what I class as a normal bag, it's a share bag, but it's bigger than the bag that I remember having a bag of.
And it's not like a market employee, is it? Going, oh, buy these crisps and then share them with your friends.
Weird.
It's not that. But I got some Tangy Toms the other day.
Oh, really?
I still love Tangy Toms. They are tiny now.
One might think Tangy Toms.
No.
But we've got some Space Raiders. I might have said this on the podcast. I don't know if I said it to you or off. And I said, guess how many Space Raiders were in that bag?
5.
It was 5 in the bag. Now, I didn't really eat Space Raiders, so I can't remember what was in it, but she was disgusted. So there must have been more back in there.
Yeah, it was down to weight, innit? Because we used to say that, I've got a full bag here, but it's only a quarter full, but it was down to weight. You was buying the weight of them, weren't you? So maybe they've just changed the weight on them.
Yeah.
Weight's gone down, price has gone up.
Weird. And then I don't want to be that old dickhead like with Freddos and stuff like that. Because Freddo hasn't changed, just the price has changed. Like the Freddo's still the same. Although the Freddo image was better when we was a kid. Have you seen the comparisons?
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be
perverted.
Yeah, it's gonna be come here, kiddies.
It's trying to be cool, isn't it?
And when did it change? So in our day, the caramel one was called
Freddo.
No, it wasn't.
What was it called?
It was a Taz.
Oh no, that was additional. There was both, I think.
Yes, yeah,
but there's no Taz bars anymore, is there?
No, but the Freddo caramels.
Is it the same company?
Yeah, it's Cadbury's. But
so they've got rid of Taz and just done the Freddo caramel.
Caramel, yeah. So when I was a kid, if you wanted the plain one, it was a Freddo, and the caramel one was the Taz. And then now there's no Taz bar anymore. Taz, yeah, whatever it is.
Disgusting.
What happened to that? It'd be better when Taz was on it, because then you open it up, you had a picture of Taz on it. Just a little bit of Taz.
It's been around.
Bit of caramel.
Sitcoms.
Yeah, they're way better in there. Way. I completely agree. No one's making anything like they used to.
Nobody's making anything. You go back and say, even like Gavin and Stacey's old, isn't it?
Yeah.
The best sitcom over the last.
Oh, I thought you were going to say ever.
Oh, no, not ever. But what I would say was recent times. I go back to when I grew up, it was Only Fools and Horses, Alfreda's Own Pet.
Yeah.
All the ones that used to get on like a Friday night, some mothers do have them.
And, and then you had like the next generation was like Royal Family, like Dinner Ladies.
Yeah,
there was all that same era. And then you're right, Gavin and Stacey must be the one that's after. I can't think what was our around Gavin and Stacey.
Because I wouldn't call things like Friday Night Dinner. Is that a sitcom? Well, possibly, yeah. I like Friday Night Dinner. I never really got into Plebs, but around that time. Plebs. But even since then, what's the modern deal? What sitcom are you watching now?
Yes, modern. Let's put that out to people because you're right. I watch like reruns. I can't think of anything that's new.
Everything's
I suppose what would be new is sitcom. I don't think it's sitcom. Oh, it's very broad bird line. What's that thing where everyone's dead and they're in a house? One's like a Boy Scout and they're all from different eras. One's like a caveman. They're in a house, but they could be called ghosts. But they're all.
That's all, though, isn't it?
Is it all?
Yeah.
Oh,
so. I would have said that was around the same time as like Plebs and Friday Night Dinner and stuff.
I feel like it's a bit more newer. Because I got The Office. Is that a sitcom?
The Office, yeah. So that was a sitcom.
And then Extras. Then we also like maybe I think it was quite recent. Derek. Derek. Afterlife. I wouldn't say it's a sitcom. I'd say it's more like a.
It's situational comedy, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. I think it's more like.
That what it stands for? Is that what sitcom is?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's maybe. But you're right. You're not getting many made now. We used to watch them all. There used to be all the time.
I know it's funny, but I put that on like a drama sort of thing. I put it there with a drama. I know it's a bit.
It's because it's very. It's one way or other. You're either crying or laughing.
But yeah, you're right. Everything's now like a proper series, like Sons of Anarchy or something like like a proper like.
And there's a lot of it. Well, we don't in this country, do it, but Americans love a 20-odd season.
Yeah. Although I think they are getting meeting us in the middle. I think we're expanding some of ours and they're reducing theirs. It's because of money now.
Have you got anything else on fast?
The Streets. I don't mean the band, The Streets. Although I do a bit like Mike Skinner. I think it's good. everything was fixed. Nothing was broken.
Yeah.
So as much as there was potholes, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to get on me out thingy, the street lights and stuff like that, but everything's just fucked now out there.
Yeah, there's always a railing up, isn't there, somewhere?
Yeah,
or there's always
something's
like a
broken,
road
something's
once.
damaged, something's not working, or something needs repair, or... Now, I don't know if I was young and that just went straight over my head,
Yeah.
and I wasn't aware of these problems, but I shit you not, and that we live in a town, if that makes sense, you go everywhere, there's either a broken paving slab, there's an hole, there's missing grates, there's everything's just shit.
There's an hole somewhere because some fucker's digging it up.
Yeah, like I said,
The streets.
but even like tarmac, like when I was a kid, there's a bit of uniformity to a street, i.e. it was either tarmac or it was those paving flags.
It's called flags.
Yeah,
Granddad's
paving
got
flags.
yeah.
Whereas now you have flags, and all of a sudden it's a bit of tarmac, then a bit of thing. Looks like a big patch quilt.
Yeah.
And then when K-Com did all that work, I don't know what they did, but they made a bloody mess to every path. You had like dog shit line of thing everywhere.
It was like a drilled line, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It just went.
And everyone kicked off for about a week or two, and then you know what? We forget about it.
Yeah, something else to mind.
It's same with wind turbines. I don't mind them at all because they just blend in. But everyone was like, "Oh, they're an eyesore. We can't have them." We don't. I don't even see them anymore.
No, I'm saying same as like the telephone.
The pylons, yeah,
Must have
and
been
all them,
that when they was first
Yeah.
bought.
Oh, I don't want them. It's ruining my view. View of what?
I've got one more. The internet
Was better.
So what I mean by this is that it was once a place where you would go to find things. You was a bit curious. You go, oh, what's all that about? I have no idea what's real and what's not real on there anymore.
Yeah.
It just feels like a load of bullshit.
Yeah.
And I think there's propaganda on there. There's just conspiracies. I'm sure I read a fact once, and it was something like 70% of the internet's not even real.
Oh,
It's fake.
Yeah.
Like, there's just fake news on there, fake shit.
Yeah.
No, it's real. And I read stuff. And what gets me is that I'll go, oh, I read this online. Have you seen that? And you'll just go, that's right, a lot of shit, that.
Yeah.
And it's probably right. But I'm excited about it.
So I used to watch a lot of QI, and I used to find it fascinating. And then someone would say something, and something would come from the back of my grey matter, and I'd go, I should know something about this. And I had confidence in it because it was from QI, that's where I got it from. Whereas I don't really watch that anymore. So like now I'm picking up things, and someone says something, and I go, oh yeah. And then do you say it out loud, and you go, even I don't think that can be right.
Where's my source of information here?
That doesn't even sound right myself.
But I think there's almost an acceptance to go, well, people tell me stuff. Because I read stuff online, it's bullshit all the time. If somebody tells me something, I'm happy that's just bullshit.
Yeah. But I'm less confident to, tell someone something. Whereas I don't know if you knew I did, but I'd always have something where I can go, hey, did you know?
Yeah.
Because of this.
I often back up a lot of my conversations with, I don't know if I've just made that up.
I'm going to start
I was
doing that.
telling you something.
I might have made this up.
You know when you tell somebody something, they look at you really blank, because they go, I don't know if that
Yeah,
I go, have I made that up?
Yeah.
Have I dreamt it?
But I'm not at a point where they don't look at me blank. I say it and go,
You're looking at yourself blank.
who said that? Because it doesn't make sense to me.
There's too much stuff online that's a load of shit. It's not there. It was designed to be an amazing tool, and now it's just, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'm intrigued what the next thing is, if that makes sense. I'm not saying like the next big thing, but like we're now at a technology world where like even babies are connected in somewhat a way.
They're all robots.
Well, I think we're on the verge of having robots in the house, cleaning maids, automated for things we don't want to do. We're near there now. Maybe.
On that bombshell, let's wrap it
Toodaloo.
up. I'll see you next Thursday.
I'll be back. See you next Thursday. That's been pressure, who was it?
Keep smiling.
Stay safe.
Thank you for listening right to the end of this week's podcast, and we hope that you've enjoyed it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at dad_tales_, or get involved by emailing us at dadtales@outlook.com. You can also now join our Facebook page by searching Dad Tales.
Keep the feedback coming. We are genuinely humbled by all the input and the comments you are providing us. Stay safe, celebrate small victories, and keep smiling.